and honorable members of this August House Rajya Sabha. First, I welcome all the new members to this August House on behalf of all of you and by me. I am so deeply moved by the wishes, appreciations and the encouragement by 33 members of this August House. It is my honor and privilege to serve Bharat Mata, and I thank you for electing me as the Vice President of India and Chairman of Rajya Sabha. We all should be proud of India's democratic power and celebrate her as the mother of democracy. As it is mentioned by many members, my humble journey from Tirupur, the knitwear capital, to New Delhi, the national capital, shows the remarkable power of our democracy. Only in democracy a person can rise from the humblest beginning to the high positions in public life. This rise makes me more conscious of the duties and responsibilities of the chair. The chair had been adorned by the finest and the most distinguished sons of the soil. Their intellect, dignity and commitment to parliamentary democracy have left being an enduring legacy, and I assure the House to continue their great legacy. We all had celebrated the 76th anniversary of the adoption of Constitution as Samvidhan Divas in a grand manner. It is essential for every citizen to live up to the constitutional values of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. These ideals ensure that every citizen, regardless of the caste, creed, gender, language, region or religion, has a rightful place in our motherland. My humble request to all the honorable members of this August House that we all must act as exemplary leaders by upholding these constitutional values. In the very first few days after my assumption of office, I met all the floor leaders of the Rajya Sabha. During the meeting, I had stressed that the entire nation looks up to us for mature deliberations on policies that will shape our future. Being the members of the House of Elders, our dharma is to work with commitment to fulfill the people's rightful aspirations. Rajya Sabha has been the cradle of many profound debates and discussions which have helped in shaping the destiny of our nation. Each time we enter this temple of democracy, we should pledge to ourselves to follow the basic principles of parliamentary democracy, which are dialogue, deliberation, debates and discussion. The Rajya Sabha, as the Council of States, reflects the federal character of our republic. This House is also blessed with the knowledge and expertise of nominated members. Together, we showcase the collective wisdom and diversity of our nation. Our country is marching forward as a leader at the forefront of development in every sphere. Citizens look up to the Parliament as the highest forum of wisdom and collective judgment to guide the nation. On this note, I am reminded of the words of the great Tamil saintly poet Thiruvallur, Solluga sollil payanuடைய சொல்லற்க சொல்லில் பயனில்லை. Thiruvallur says, speak only words that are useful and meaningful. Avoid words that are not in the interest of the society. This simple yet profound teaching holds immense relevance for all of us who shoulder the responsibility of nation building. We don't have any right to hurt the feelings of others. We must have tolerance for different views of others. The words spoken within this House shape the policies, guide the society, and influence the well-being of crores of our Bharatvasis. I had been the member of the 12th and 13th Lok Sabha, so I can easily understand the challenges of an honorable member of the House. As parliamentarians, we have a wide range of issues to cover. As the House, we have a vast amount of business to transact. The time will be a challenging factor for both of us, you and the chair. Every moment we discharge our responsibility in the House will move the nation in the positive direction. Parliamentary practice and procedures such as question hour, zero hour, and special mentions provide ample opportunities to every individual member to raise the pressing issues and concerns of the citizens in the House. I request and urge upon all of you to make effective use of these devices. Every parliamentary device we use with sincerity becomes a step towards justice, equality, and human dignity. Let us commit ourselves to ensuring that our actions inside this House reflect the aspirations of every farmer, every worker, every street vendor, every woman and youth, and the poorest of the poor who look at the Parliament with a lot of hopes. We need to fulfill our constitutional commitment towards social justice and economic empowerment of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, backward classes, and the other weaker sections of the society. I am really moved by the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi's felicitations. He has shared the lesser-known aspects of my life. While many speakers who are speaking about my olden days as a sportsman, yes, as a sportsman, I always play by the rules. Leaders must also uphold the Constitution and the parliamentary norms. Just as a players, all the players always respect the referees, we also must respect the institutions. Everyone, be it the chairman or the members, we all should understand our responsibilities towards the nation. The Constitution of India, along with the rules books of Rajya Sabha, determine the Lakshman Rekha for parliamentary discourse. Every individual member's rights must be ensured, but within the Lakshman Rekha, as I mentioned, and I will always do my best to protect all your rightful claims. Honorable members, in this Amrit Kal, we are moving towards the goal of Viksit and Atmanirbhar Bharat. My appeal to all of you is that we all must work together to achieve the great ambitious goal of Viksit Bharat. Every day, every hour, every minute, every second of our time in the House should be used to strengthen our democracy by meaningful debates. In a parliamentary democracy, debates and discussions are the only constructive way through which we can find finer solutions to the problems of our people. I am sure with all your kind cooperation, we will make new historical landmarks in Rajya Sabha. I once again thank every one of you for giving me this unique opportunity to serve Bharat Mata with great responsibility. Bahut bahut धन्यवाद. Nandri, Vanakkam, Jai Hind, long live Mother Bharat. Honorable members, it is with profound sorrow that I refer to the passing away of Srimati Chandrakala Pandey, Professor Vijay Kumar Malhotra, and Sri Ask Ali Tak of the House, former members of the House, Srimati Chandrakala Pandey passed away on the 17th of September 2025 at the age of 83 years. She served as the member of Rajya Sabha representing the state of West Bengal for 2 consecutive terms from August 1993 to August 1999 and August 1999 to August 2005. Born on 8th June 1942 at Azamkar in Uttar Pradesh, Srimati Pandey was a distinguished academician, an accomplished Hindi scholar, and a dedicated public representative. She served as the professor and head of the Department of Hindi at the University of Calcutta, where she guided generations of students and earned deep respect for her scholarship, simplicity, and human approach. A noted poet, she authored 2 acclaimed poetry collections titled Agas Khagan Hai and Uchal Nagin Hai Mera Sapta. Her collections of poems was released as an album, Sagar Bahi, in 2001. She contributed extensively to Hindi literary discourse and served as a co-editor of the well-known magazine Samik Chindan for many years. As a parliamentarian, Srimati Pandey brought to the proceedings of this House the perspective of an educationist, a literary figure, and a public intellectual deeply invested in social issues. In the passing away of Srimati Chandrakala Pandey, the country has lost a respected academic, a gifted poet, and a dedicated parliamentarian. Professor Vijay Kumar Malhotra passed away on the 30th of September 2025 at the age of 93. He served as a member of the Rajya Sabha representing the National Capital Territory of Delhi from January 1994 to October 1999. Born on 3rd December 1931 at Lahore in undivided India, Professor Malhotra, a distinguished public leader, devoted more than 6 decades of his life to the public service, emerging as one of the foremost political figures in the national capital. Professor Malhotra began his career as a lecturer at Delhi University and was later elected as the Chief Executive Councillor of Delhi in 1967. He served multiple terms in public office, including 4 terms as a member of Lok Sabha from Delhi and 2 terms as the member of the Delhi Legislative Assembly. Professor Malhotra was widely respected for his simplicity, integrity, organizational skills, and deep understanding of constitutional and public issues. He also made significant contributions in the field of sports administration, for which he was fondly remembered by his colleagues across political lines. In the passing away of Professor Vijay Kumar Malhotra, the nation has lost a veteran statesman, an experienced parliamentarian, and a distinguished public figure who played an influential role in shaping contemporary political life in Delhi. Sri Ashq Ali Tak passed away on the 5th of October 2025 at the age of 67. He served as the member of Rajya Sabha representing the state of Rajasthan from July 2010 to July 2016. Born on 7th July 1958 in Hanumangarh, district of Rajasthan, Sri Ashq Ali Tak was a distinguished public representative whose political journey spanned several decades. He served as the member of Rajasthan Legislative Assembly for 2 terms and as a minister in the government of Rajasthan, holding several portfolios. He also served as the chairman of the Rajasthan State Minorities Commission. Known for his deep grassroots connect, Sri Tak was widely admired for his approachability and organizational capability. Throughout his political career, he worked actively for the welfare of minorities, youth, and socially disadvantaged communities. In the passing away of Sri Asq Ali Tak, the country has lost a capable administrator, a dedicated social and political worker, and an able parliamentarian. We deeply mourn the passing away of Srimati Chandrakala Pandey, Professor Vijay Kumar Malhotra, Sri Asq Ali Tak. I request the members to rise in their places and observe silence as a mark of respect to the memory of the departed. Secretary General will convey to the members of the bereaved families our sense of profound sorrow and deep sympathy. Supplementary demands for grants 2025-26, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman.
Thank you very much, sir. With your permission, I rise to lay on the table a statement both in English and Hindi showing the supplementary demands for grants for 25-26.
Eighth report of the Committee of Privileges, Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
The copy each in English and Hindi of the 18th report of the Committee of Privileges on the matter of alleged breach of privilege and use of derogatory language against a member Rajya Sabha by the then SDPO at Sahibganj, Barharwa, Jharkhand.
'81st report of the Committee of Privileges, Sri G.K. Vasan.
On the table, a copy each in English and Hindi of the 81st report of the Committee of Privileges on the matter of alleged breach of privilege on account of displaying placards inside the Council in violation of rules and etiquettes of Rajya Sabha. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Please wait. Papers to be laid on the table, Secretary General.
Sir, with your kind permission, I rise to lay on the table a statement in English and Hindi showing the bills passed by the Houses of Parliament during the 268th session of Rajya Sabha and assented to by the President.
Sri Suresh Gobi.
With your permission, I rise to lay the papers on the table of the House listed against my name at serial number 3 in today's list of business. Thank you.
Dr.